Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Hockey Talk. Yeah, several times of the year I sit down and have one thought about every team. 32 teams, 32 thoughts of the 32 NHL franchises. So let's get it on. And let's start. I do this by division with the Atlantic. I have the official standing of the NHL right in front of me. So the Atlantic is on the top. So let's get it on. Florida. Yeah, with 85 points, they're in very good shape. Good additions at the deadline, and when Ekblad comes back, they will be pretty hard to beat in the East. The Florida Panthers, top contender to remain the Stanley Cup champion. Next, Tampa Bay Lightning. I didn't thought that they would be that good this year. The addition of Jake Gensler worked pretty good. They do not miss Steven Stamkos at all. I think this will be a very interesting playoff series between them and most likely the Toronto Maple Leafs once again. The Leafs, yeah, they had a very, very good run at the middle of the season. Right now they are a little bit on the downswing, but in the playoffs everything can happen once again. And I will be very interested to see what happens with the Leafs and the Lightning. Ottawa Senators are fourth in the Atlantic. Looks like they are about to make the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. And please, Sens, make the playoffs. Whoever they face, it will be a very hard out in the first round, and I really wish them all the best. Montreal, yeah, they are also on the doorstep of the playoffs. Nobody expected the Habs to be that good. Félicitations, les Canadiens de Montréal. Detroit, yeah, they were expected to be a little bit better. Did the ISO plan work? Did it not? I think they're spending a little bit too much money on veterans. They should give more faith to the young guys. Boston, they really sold at the deadline. Marchand is gone, Coyle is gone, Carlo is gone, and they won the first 2 games after the trade deadline against Florida and Tampa. They took them lightly. They're not doing that anymore. The Bruins will go through a retool, and I do not expect them to be back in the playoffs next year. Buffalo. Any words needed about Buffalo? Yeah, they buffaloed it again. This is a good team. Why don't they get it together? Not even under Lindy Ruff? I have no idea what else to do with Buffalo. Next up, Metropolitan Division. Washington. The Capitals, top team in the East with 10 points ahead of the second place team. Amazing. Great run towards the crown of the Eastern Conference. Will Ovi hit the record this year? I don't know, most likely not, but you never know. He's Ovi, and I think this could become a reason for the Capitals to fade a little bit in the end of the regular season because they want to give Ovi the record this year, and they stop playing the way they can and focus everything on Ovi. I don't know. Next up, Carolina. Good additions at the trade deadline. They could not sign Mikko Rantanen, so they traded him. Just logical. They had to do it. And they got back Logan Stankoven and 2 first-round picks. Oh, wow. What a great return. Dallas will miss Stankoven quite a lot. And the Carolina Hurricanes, they are a unit. They are a union. It will be a very hard out in the playoffs. Next up, New Jersey. Once again, injuries. This time it's Jack Hughes and Dougie Hamilton again. This will stop the Devils from contending, but yeah, they will make it at least into the playoffs. Next up, the New York Rangers, one of the biggest disappointments of the season. I expected them at or near the top of the division. Now they are 4th, and right now they are in the second wildcard spot. I don't know if they will hold this spot, but it would be a very interesting prize for the winner of the Eastern Conference then to face the New York Rangers, which are basically a good team. Next, Columbus. 70 points. They are a lot better than expected. They are also a union. They are one unit, and they cannot be divided. They really miss Johnny Gaudreau, but I think his death brought them even closer together. I really hope they will make the playoffs. Let's see about this. New York Islanders on the downswing once again, but still in reach of a playoff spot. I don't think they will make it, but you never know. Pittsburgh, they also sold at the deadline, but they did not sell anyone of importance, just the minor guys. The major guys are all still there, and they're all still too old, and they will not play another playoff game with this core of players. Philadelphia, their rebuild is going on. They are still in the midst of a rebuild, better than I expected them to be. I expected them to be points-wise way lower than they are, because they are close to 500, just 4 games under 500. Not too bad, but John Tortorella is breaking out of this group. Let's go to the West. Central Division, Winnipeg Jets. The guys that are about to win the President's Trophy. I hope this is not a curse and that they go very, very far in the playoffs. That's why the Jets jersey, because I think they will win the President's Trophy. Next up, Dallas. They are going for it this year with the addition of Mikko Rantanen, and I think they are already feeling that the loss of Logan Stankoven is not good for the team. They sacrificed a lot of futures and maybe the future in 5, 6, 7 years for winning now. Let's see if this gamble works. Colorado, they also made some great additions at the deadline. Most likely the playoff opponent of Dallas in the first round. This will be very, very interesting. Minnesota, ranked number 4 in the Central Division. Most likely they will be a wildcard team, and most likely they will face the winner of the Pacific Division. And this could be only beneficial for Minnesota, that they are out of the central bracket where you have Winnipeg, you have Dallas, you have Colorado. I would definitely rather face Vegas and LA and Edmonton than Winnipeg, Dallas and Colorado. And Minnesota is about to do that. Let's see if it will benefit them. St. Louis, recently on a very good run, still in the race for the second wildcard spot. It will be a tough race, it will be a hard race with them and the next place team, Utah, and 2 more teams from the Pacific. But yeah, St. Louis and Utah, they are both capable to make it into the playoffs, and I wish all the best to both of these teams, especially to Utah, with their inaugural season right now going on. This jersey looks good for a wordmark jersey. I don't like it too much, but yeah, it's not too bad. And the fight between St. Louis and Utah will be very, very interesting for the final playoff spot. Nashville, the biggest disappointment of the season. They added Big and Stamkos, Marchessault and Brady Shea, and nothing works. Better luck next year, Nashville. Chicago, you can clearly see the frustration in Connor Bedard, their franchise player, that there is not too much progress. At least they made it to 20 wins. They will have another top draft pick this year. Let's see. Improvement has to happen next year and the year after. And I think if we talk about playoffs with the Blackhawks in 2027, maybe 2028, but by this time it has to happen. Okay, over to the Pacific. Leader of the Pacific right now, Vegas, on the way to a division crown once again. Solid team, will be a strong opponent in the playoffs. Right now it looks like they will play Minnesota, a series that hasn't happened before. It will be very interesting. Edmonton on the second rank, they are right now having some difficulties. Yeah, also they won yesterday against the Rangers, but their losing streak recently was pretty hard to swallow, I guess. They lost the top spot, now they are about to lose the 2 spot. Let's see what happens. Their opponent in the playoffs will most likely be the Los Angeles Kings. Once again, I think this will be the 4th year in a row. And the Kings, really solid. I think they overachieved this year once again a little bit. I expected them to be out of the playoffs. Looks like they will be top 3 of the division once again. Face the Oilers once again. Maybe they will have better luck this year. Vancouver in the direct fight for the final playoff spot with Utah and St. Louis, and with the next ranked team in the Pacific, which is Calgary. These 4 most likely fight it out for the one final spot. And Vancouver and Calgary, yeah, the Canucks, they were expected to be in the playoffs. The Flames were not expected to be in the playoffs, not even close. They sold so many players last year. It is really a great surprise that the Flames are that good this year. I didn't expect that. The Canucks, I expected them to be better. Pretty disappointing season, but with a locker room rift between JT Miller and Elias Pettersson, yeah, this should be solved as Miller is now with the Rangers. But improvement on the ice did not happen yet. Let's see. Anaheim, the Ducks, number 6 in the Pacific. They are better than last year. They are significantly better than last year. They will not make the playoffs once again. I expect them to be in the playoff conversation next year, latest 2027. Seattle. Disappointing season. I expected them to be better, to be back in the playoff conversation at least. They are far out, and they are really missing a superstar. Matty Beniers is a great player, a great center, but in the ideal world, he is your second line center and not the first line center. So they need some improvement. They need a great draft pick. They need a franchise player. And finally, the San Jose Sharks. They have their franchise player in Macklin Celebrini. He is doing very, very good. Will Smith as well. But the team altogether still is not good enough for any playoff conversation. This should change as well in the years to come. And with another great draft pick they will add this season, I expect the Sharks to be in playoff contention by 2028. Alright, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section below a thought on your favorite team. Thank you once again. See you soon. Goodbye.